Good morning and welcome to Rick's Retirement Journey. It's the 1st of July, 2026. It's about 10:05 in the morning. Had a medical appointment this morning. Just got finished doing some grocery shopping and thought I'd just pop up online and do a quick video. You know, there's a couple of things that I carry around with me every time when I go out. One of them is a small black bag. I usually keep a snack and just some other odds and ends in there and stuff like that, pens, pencils, things I might need later on down the road. But the other one is a composition notebook. And you're saying, well, why do you carry around a composition notebook? I do a lot of writing. I take a lot of notes. And one thing is that when I go someplace, I'm never bored because I always have something in my hand, something that I can always jot down some notes, or maybe write down some writing prompts or whatever the case may be. So I just got finished doing some shopping, and I was sitting here in the parking lot sucking down a nice cool soda since the temperature's already 90 degrees outside, and again, it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. So I decided just pop in here and say, hey, let me take a look at this thing and see some of the miscellaneous notes that I have in here. One of them was about a grill called Wide Water Grill, where a lot of my former co-workers meet on a Thursday morning at approximately 7 o'clock just to have breakfast and things like that. I've been there one time since I've retired. It was nice to sit down and have breakfast with them and things like that, but I don't think I'll do that a whole heck of a lot. Other things that I've jotted down in here is feed the birds. You've heard me about feeding the birds a whole heck of a lot. Start my generator, which I have yet to do. I know it'll start because we used it earlier this year. So I just got to check the oil, check the gas, just pull it out, just crank it on, maybe let it run for like about 30 minutes to an hour, and just let it kind of clean out the pipes per se. Here's an interesting factoid. For those of you that are H.G. Wells fans, you recall that he wrote that one book called The Time Machine. I may have spoken about this before, but great movie. I've seen both versions of it. I've listened to it on audio book, things like that. But the one thing that always kind of gets me is that, when that guy pushes that lever forward and he goes way, way, way into the future, he goes to the year 802,701 AD. Yes, 802,701 AD. Before he decides that, well, hey, let me crank this thing back a little bit. Let me go back to my own time again. If you haven't read the book, read the book. If you haven't seen the movies, whether it's the old one or the new one, go ahead and take a look at that one too. Next page. Let me see. Spoke to a friend of mine down in North Carolina. He's got a boat, small boat, likes to go fishing. He collects baseball cards and he plays pickleball. Plus he's running security at his church. All right, that's pretty cool. I've got some YouTube sites that I want to go out there and visit. I wrote this down for some question, or for some reason. 4-dimensional geometry. What the heck is that all about? And littlebluemarket.com. No idea. I need to go back and do that again. Here's a book, Flowers for Algernon. Maybe Sherlock Holmes. Things like that. So, here it is. It's a quote from H.G. Wells in The Time Machine. I think I've read this before, but I'm not really sure. It is a law of nature we overlook that intellectual versatility is the compensation for change, danger, and trouble. An animal in perfect harmony with its environment is a perfect mechanism. Nature never appeals to intelligence until habit and instinct are useless. There is no intelligence where there is no change and no need of change. Only those animals partake of intelligence that have to meet a huge variety of needs and danger. Take a look at that one. So I was reading some old school work way back when I was taking a creative writing class, and I think it was this class, but I came up with a question: what is my why? Interesting. What is your why? Next page. Talking about some trips in April, some trips to see some friends in North Carolina, maybe a trip to Italy. I don't know. Miscellaneous notes again. Miami Vice, the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. It's got Heath Ledger in it. I don't know why I wrote that down. Oh, audit classes at a local college. Possibility. The book Contact by Carl Sagan. Music, Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. I know a lot of us likes that song right there. I think who's that lady that does the Sunrise with Sally? I think she does a lot of sunrises and stuff like that. Here's another author, T.S. Eliot. I was kind of somewhat interested in getting global ID. I got to look to see what the requirements are. There's a restaurant in a place called Manassas, Virginia, called Vera's Kitchen. And my wife and I actually went down there, and it is an Ethiopian food restaurant. Good stuff. Really good stuff. And here's a question, and I'll go and wrap this up here. I got about 6 minutes. What would you tell your 5-year-old, 15-year-old, 25-year-old, 35-year-old, 45-year-old, 55-year-old, old self? I don't know. I'm older than 55, I will say that. And what would I tell myself if I had to look back at those times? I'm not really sure. What do dogs think while they lay on the floor or nearby their humans? I heard it's a sign of affection. Or maybe they just want a treat. I'm not really sure. Let me see. Oh, looks like here I was planning a hike, but I will not say from where to where. Storage shelter, taxes. Walter Isaacson. He wrote a book called The Greatest Sentence Ever Written or Wrote. Great book if you haven't read it yet. Saw an interview with him with David Rubenstein on America's Book Club. It's on YouTube. What books should I get for my grandchildren? Watch more C-SPAN. Yeah, C-SPAN could be interesting, but it just goes on and on and on. Just stuff that I wrote out. The power went out today at about 2:06 in the afternoon, and snow melting. It's windy and it's cold. Wow, this is back from February 2026. So let me fast forward. What have I written down recently within the last month or so? I want to know more of the countries on the African continent. So it says, print out a blank page of the African continent and fill it in. I saw something with Neil deGrasse Tyson yesterday, and he said that though our bodies may be getting older, our minds are constantly evolving, learning all the time. So if you don't want to get old, yeah, you may get old physically, but mentally, keep on challenging yourself. And I guess that's kind of the point of keeping this notebook here, is that I'm constantly writing stuff down. I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly observing. And, I have a very eclectic taste as far as across the board. So, I'll just say that as I wrap up today. I keep a notebook. You don't have to do this. I also got a really, really small one that I kind of folded up, and I guess it was last week on the 23rd of June. I was at the airport with my wife, and we were just kind of sitting there waiting for some of her friends to come in from elsewhere, and I wrote this down. I think it's based on something that she said. I thought I had more time, and I'll just quote that because that's what she said. And then I added, life is so short, so fleeting, when our last day arrives, we'll look back at all the things we didn't accomplish and say, I thought I had more time. So here I am sitting in the grocery parking lot, proselytizing about writing stuff, and someday I'll be sitting somewhere telling myself, I thought I had more time. But you know what? We as humans, we have basically a lot of time until we don't have any more time. I've heard Buzz talk about this. I've heard others talk about this, and that's one of the reasons why I started this channel, is because my mother said, when are you going to retire? I think I got it in my description or something like that. And I said soon. She goes, well, we'll do it because life is too short. Live your life. Have fun. Just do stuff. Get a notebook. Write down your thoughts, your ideas. And, someday, maybe they'll read them and say, I wonder why they wrote this stuff down right here. I don't know. I write it down. I go back to look at it from time to time and just go from there. I'm sitting in a parking lot. I'm seeing people coming and going as they're purchasing their groceries. The thing about shopping early in the morning is that you see a lot of people like us. For those of us that are retired, you see a lot of people like us out here. And they go in there, they'll pick up maybe like 4, 5, 6 items. I think I got about 7 or 8 items today, bananas, oranges, odds and ends. We're still eating through the freezer. So we don't need a whole heck of a lot. I don't need any bread products or bakery products. But live your life. Have yourself a great day. I'm going to go ahead and continue drinking my Mountain Dew. Now you're going to ask, Rick, why are you drinking Mountain Dew? You know why? Because I can. I had a choice of so many other drinks inside the store, including non-alcoholic beverages such as, near beer or whatever you want to call it. The 1/10 of 1% of alcohol in the 0% alcohol beer. But I figured, hey, you know what? I haven't had a Mountain Dew in a long, long time. Treat myself and just go from there. So go out there today. Treat yourself with whatever it may be. Watch some nonsensical TV. Hit some web pages that you normally wouldn't hit. Read a book, or even a couple of pages of a book that you never thought you would, look at. Oh, I did pick up a book the other day about advanced calculus. Yes, advanced calculus. So, hey, that's my rant. That's my stuff for today. Stay cool, hydrate, and until next time, Rick out.